इधर तो नहीं हुआ. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, good evening, all of you. Lag है शायद यहाँ पर. इधर lag से दिख रहा है. Okay. So, ठीक है. So let's start. Have you brought the paper 2020? No. Okay. So today we will be discussing the paper of 2020. Okay. So in this, see, if you see, the pattern was changing from 2018 to 2019, but still the elimination technique का जो accuracy rate था, ठीक है, that was very big. जैसे out of, I think we are getting around 33, 34 questions correct and only 8 to 9 questions incorrect. No? Now what will happen is, now along with the elimination technique, we also have to apply a bit more of the knowledge. Okay? The blind application of the elimination technique won't be relevant from 2020 onwards. Okay? And because of that, so thoda sa accuracy rate will also come down, but the plus side is कि आपका कट ऑफ भी उतना कम आ रहा है, right? In 2018 and 2019, ठीक है, accuracy rate were applicable, cut off was also 98, ठीक है, but यहाँ थोड़ा आपका accuracy rate कम आ रहा है, but cut off has also come down to 92. So we will continue with the same approach with respect to the elimination technique and maximum of the attempts. ठीक है. So this was my personal last attempt in 2020, and in this I attempted around 99 questions. Okay, I made guess in few of the questions and I got around 109. But ideally, I would also recommend कि 85 to 95 should be the range in which you should attempt the questions. Okay, so let's start. The first question, again, if you can remember the PYQs, we already had the question with respect to the Aadhaar, right? So here again, the question is with respect to the Aadhaar metadata. Okay. So as per simple elimination technique, this is the data. Okay. Second, okay. So this is the data that they have given. Okay. State cannot enter into any contract with the private corporations for sharing Aadhaar data. Aadhaar is mandatory for obtaining insurance products. Aadhaar is mandatory for getting benefits funded out of Consolidated Fund of India. Okay. So now if you see, as per the elimination technique, 3 statements should be wrong, but there is no option of only one. Okay. Now what we will do, okay, these 2 statements, if you compare, okay, in the first statement, what they are saying, कि Aadhaar is mandatory for obtaining insurance products. So insurance products are offered by, yes, whether it is offered by government companies or private companies. Yes, both, right? So it is private plus government. And with respect to the benefits out of Consolidated Fund of India, that is only with respect to the government. Yeah. So what we'll just think, we'll just apply the common sense. Whether Aadhaar will be made mandatory for government schemes or for the private ones. Yes. What do you think? Not for? Yes. It cannot be made mandatory for the private sector. So based upon that, we'll eliminate this. Okay, ये तो पहले ही data है, we have already eliminated this. So based upon that, 3 and, sorry, mandatory for, yes. No, this is also wrong. This also we have correct. Then also we are not getting the answer. Right? Sorry, right. 2 and 4. That is our answer. ठीक है? But there is, so we applied that, no? Yeah, this is the extreme word. Based on that, only in the first round we eliminated both, right? Based upon the mandatory word. But there is no option. Where there is no option of 3 and 4. In all the questions, you have either 3 or either 4. So in that case, we can't go with this. At least one of them has to be incorrect, right? When there are two extreme statements and when there is no scope to eliminate any one of these. Okay, in that case, you have to compare both extreme statements and you have to choose one of them. ठीक है? ऐसे बहुत सारे questions यहाँ आएंगे where you have to make the choices. ठीक है? Then second question is again static. इसमें कोई ये नहीं है. Rajya Sabha has the equal powers with Lok Sabha in again amending the constitution. But as per our approach, even if we get the answer, we will eliminate the other options. So in matter of creating all India services, was it? Who has the power? Yes? Not parliament. It is the special power of the Rajya Sabha. Right? Then removal of the government. It is no confidence motion, only in Lok Sabha. And making cut motions is also only in Lok Sabha while discussion of the budget, right? Then next, again here also if you see, key MP led funds must be used. Again, यहाँ पे भी if you see, must, here also must. If you see, there are already 3 extreme statements. So that first option of the extreme statement won't work. Second, this is the data. Okay? That. So what we'll do, we'll consider this one as incorrect. That is 4th. Based upon that, our 2 will be eliminated. Okay? Now, 1, 2 automatically becomes correct. We'll just focus upon the third word. कि MPLAD funds are sanctioned on yearly basis and unused fund cannot be carried forward to the next year. Okay, so as per your logic, you can simply apply the logic that if they are not using it, okay, it should be given back to the government. But generally, the politicians don't give up on their money. Okay, and they are the rule makers. So ये provision normally applicable नहीं होता है कि where they are letting go of the funds. ठीक है? Even with respect to the budgetary allocations, right? There also you must have seen कि even the budgetary allocation, even the unspent funds, right? Those remain in the accounts of the department. Yeah, so generally पैसा वापस जाता नहीं है. Based upon that, we can consider that incorrect. ठीक है? That is the logic that you should have applied, and based upon that, your answer should be 1 and 2. Okay, as per our elimination technique, but answer is 1, 2 and 4. Okay, so this is the first question where elimination technique failed. We considered that, no, because we considered database questions as incorrect. No? So based upon that, we considered that particular question as incorrect, right? Next, which of one of the following categories of fundamental rights incorporate protection against untouchability as a form of discrimination? Okay, again, it is static. It is the, yes, whether it is right against exploitation or right against equality. What? Is it? How come it is against exploitation? It is right against equality. See, remember the classification of the fundamental right. It is given in the Lakshmikant also. Article 14 to Article 18, right to equality. Article 19 to Article 22, freedom or liberty. Then 23 and 24, rights against exploitation. 25 to 28, religious freedom. And 29 and 30, minorities. Okay, 31 is property, 32 is remedy. Okay, this is the classification in the fundamental right. So rights against untouchability will be against right against equality. Okay. Then again, separation of judiciary from the executive under Article 50, which is these two are static. Okay. Next, yes, along with the budget, the finance minister also places, this is from the economics, okay, macroeconomic framework statement. It was recommended by the FRBM Act 2004. It is there into all of your economic standard books. Okay. Then a constitutional government is by definition, this is from class 11th NCERT. Okay. In previous two sessions also I have discussed the importance of class 11th NCERT of Indian Constitution at Work and Political Theory. Okay. Make sure you are giving at least one reading to it. Okay. So constitutional government is by definition, yes, limited government, right? Again, we will just eliminate the remaining two just to cross check and ensure the correct answer. And here we will use the example approach. Okay, so you know constitutional government means, in simple terms, government run in a or as per the provisions of the constitution. And examples are India, US, UK, right? Normally all the democracies. So multi-party government. Okay. So India has multi-party government. So we can say the constitutional government can be multi-party government. But does UK have the multi-party government? Or does US have the multi-party government? Right? But वो तो constitutional government है. So it's not necessary. You can give the example of US to eliminate this. Okay. And government by legislature. Okay. Again, US में there is strict separation of power. The government is executive, legislative is different. Okay. Third, popular government. So popular government is the government by the people. It is not government by the constitution. Right? Simple elimination technique. Sorry, you eliminate the other thing, you will get your answer. Okay. Then, other than fundamental rights, which of the following parts of the constitution reflects? Okay. Again, they are saying reflect. Okay. Again, question is not specifically asking. Okay. So here, benefit of doubt you give to the options. Principles, provisions of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay. Preamble. So you can say liberty, equality, fraternity, etc. Okay. From DPSP, the welfare provisions. Right. And from fundamental duties, again you have right related to the education. Right. Education was put under the fundamental duty, no? Duty of the parents to teach the this children up to I think 14 years. No, that is the fundamental duty. So all three are related. Again, unnecessarily don't eliminate the option. You simply think over the provisions and try to apply it. Okay, all three. And if you are doubtful with respect to the fundamental duties, okay, again give the benefit of doubt to it. Okay. Next, 9. Legal service authorities provide legal service to each of the following type of the citizens. Okay. First, this is our extreme statement. ठीक है कि all senior citizens, अब सभी के सभी senior citizens को तो free legal aid की जरूरत नहीं है. There is no free legal aid necessary for Amitabh Bachchan. ठीक है, तो all तो extreme word है, you first eliminate. आपका ये तो दो जाएंगे. ठीक है. Now you apply the elimination or the common sense. Here they are saying person with annual income of less than 1 lakh. Okay, this is the normal person. And this is the OBC with or the transgender with 2 lakh and OBC with 3 lakh. So as such situation, have you seen the situation where the criteria or the economic criteria for the general population or for the general is less compared to the OBC and transgenders? ना जनरल पॉपुलेशन का तो इसका अगर 4 लाख हो सकता है तो 4 लाख होगा तो ओबीसी का वो 3 लाख रखेंगे ना. ओबीसी की द फाइनेंशियल क्राइटेरिया विल ऑलवेज बी लोअर फॉर द ओबीसीज एंड अदर वल्नरेबल सेक्शंस. इट वोंट बी मोर देन द जनरल पॉपुलेशन. ना, नॉर्मली जनरल का अबव होता है, उसके नीचे फिर ओबीसी वगैरह का होता है जो भी बैकवर्ड्स होता है. सो एज पर दिस द फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट and second and third statement both becomes yes contradictory, right? yes, समझ आया कि नहीं? how they have become contradictory, right? जनरल पॉपुलेशन का ओबीसी से ज्यादा ही रहना चाहिए ना. you can't have a threshold where the general population criteria for general is 1 lakh and OBC is 3 lakh, right? That as per logic, no. So 1 and 2 and 3 cannot be together. So 1, 2 cannot be together. Okay, these two are already eliminated. So as per logic, 2 and 3 should be the answer. Again, this is the second question where logic failed. Okay, the answer that they have given is this. I think 1, 2 and 4. Not 1, 2 and 4. Yes, 1 and 2 is the answer. Okay. 1 and 2 is the answer that they have given. Okay. But fine, as per our elimination technique, this is the second question where elimination technique has failed. Okay. Third, next. Yes. कैसे गलत है? हाँ, तो गलत ही है ना. हाँ, है ना, क्योंकि जनरल का ज्यादा होना चाहिए ना ओबीसी एंड ट्रांसजेंडर से. दैट इज आवर लॉजिक, राइट? बट लॉजिक फेल्ड. ठीक है, अब कहाँ पे वेयर यू हैव सीन द क्राइटेरिया वेयर the normal people will have the income limit of 1 lakh and transgender has the income limit of 2 lakh. No, you don't see that. But तो गलत है तो गलत है. That's fine. ठीक है. This again यहाँ पे भी this is the knowledge based. यहाँ पे कोई logic वाला नहीं है. So this 1 and 3 are correct. ठीक है. Hague Convention is with respect to the child abduction. ठीक है. And this under 2 coalition is also with respect to the global climate change. Okay, it was current affairs question. A parliamentary, again these two questions again from the NCERT. A parliamentary system of government, again remember parliamentary system. Okay. All political parties are represented in the government. Government is responsible to the parliament and can be removed by it. No confidence motion. So always with respect to the polity questions, wherever you get the conceptual question, for every option, even if you are eliminating that option, try to substantiate that by specific constitutional provision. Even if you are getting the answer, try to substantiate by specific constitutional provision. So government is responsible to the parliament, that is collective responsibility, right? And can be removed by it, that is no confidence motion, right? Proper substantiation should be there. Okay. A government is elected by people and can be removed by them. Okay. That a government is chosen by parliament but cannot be removed by it before completion of fixed term. Okay, this was easy. That. Then which part of the constitution declares India as the welfare state? Yes. UPSC. If they would have framed the question in a way, which provisions of the constitution, okay, has provisions related to the India as a welfare state? Again, if they would have given all the 4 options, if they would have given option 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, in that case, what would have been answer? Yes. In case, suppose out of these 4, the options are 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. This 1 and 3, and last is 1 and 2. In that case, what would have been the answer? 1, 2 and 3, right? 7th schedule is related to federalism. Okay. The next, Constitution of India defines, right? So when basic structure in terms of federalism, secularism. Okay. So definition of given in the Constitution, we consider that particular statement as yes, wrong. Okay. Then Constitution of India provides for judicial review to safeguard. Again, previously I told you how you have to substantiate each word or the whatever statement they have given, okay, with constitutional provisions, right? This is how it is applicable. This is how it will save you from the elimination technique. Sorry, from the silly mistakes. Okay. So Constitution of, ये तो simple है कि defines लिखा है, and again basic structure is not defined, you all know, so that is wrong. The Constitution of India provides for judicial review to safeguard citizen liberties, right? So which is the article which provide for judicial review to safeguard citizen liberties? Yes. Which article? Yes. Article 32 and 226. Right? Citizens' liberties means fundamental rights. So Article 32 to 226 provides, and to preserve the ideals on which Constitution is based. What is the article in from which provides for this judicial review to preserve the ideals of the Constitution? Yes. That is the procedure established by law to check the validity of the law. Yes. 142 gives the executive power to the judiciary. 142 is not even the power of judicial review. Yes. This is nothing but your basic structure, no? As per basic structure, Supreme Court said that Parliament cannot amend the ideals of the Constitution. Right? This is not the constitutional provision. This is the part of basic structure, no? The Parliament cannot amend any ideal or the principle of the Constitution. Right? This is not part of the Constitution. That is why I tell always, wherever you are getting your answer or eliminating something based upon knowledge, try to substantiate that using specific example. Right? So this statement also becomes incorrect. Okay? So answer is D. Is clear? Yes. Now Article 13 simply provides for the judicial review to check the procedure established by law. That is whether Parliament has followed the proper procedure to make the law. Okay, it just change the procedural integrity. It doesn't check the wisdom behind the law. Okay. Next, again, one common agreement between Gandhism and Marxism is, again, if you know, okay, many of you must not know about the core principles of Marxism. Okay, हर किसी का optional sociology or PSR नहीं होगा. Okay, but each one of you must know the basic principles of Gandhism, right? Gandhism का basic principle क्या है? स्वराज, non-violence, right? Okay. So class struggle. So Gandhism class struggle accept करेगा क्या? Yes. Will Gandhism ever called for the class struggle? Gandhi always called for the peace, harmony, right? He doesn't call for the class, no struggle. This is abolition of private property. So will Gandhism call for the abolition of private property? No, this is also wrong. You forget about Marxism. Economic determinism. Economic determinism means in the Marxism it is the concept that the society, the foundation of the society or the basic structure of the society is economics. So if you want to change any aspect of the society, be it education system, be it the class relations, be it the caste system, anything, if the economics changes, everything changes. Okay, that is for economic determinism. So cause behind every effect is economics as per Marxism. ठीक है. So does this apply in case of Gandhism? नहीं, right? Yes. And if no stateless society and no economic determinism. This with respect to the Marxism, these two are his analysis. This is the according to Marxism, class struggle and economic determinism are the reality of the present society. ठीक है, and these two are the parts of the solution that he has given. ठीक है, तो दोनों different है. So final goal of the stateless society, again which principle of Gandhism calls for stateless society? Swaraj, based upon village republics, right? Yes. Okay. Next, which of the following are the characteristics appropriate for the bureaucracy? Right, bureaucracy means public administration. What is the function of public administration? Yes, what is the objective of public administration? Basic fundamental objective, you all wish to be the part of administration, right? So what role are you going to play with respect to the public administration? Implementation, right? So role of bureaucracy is policy implementation. Okay. Who has the role with respect to policy making? Executive is policy making, legislature is law making, judiciary is adjudication, and public administration is implementation, right? Where is the implementation? Implementation of public policy. Okay. This is your answer, but again eliminate, let's eliminate. So you know with respect to bureaucracy, neutrality of the civil servants is essential, right? So will civil servants work for political stability? ये उनका काम है, होगा क्या? तो eliminate. Okay. Then agency for strengthening the structure of federalism. Again, within bureaucracy you have the central services also. Like you have the railway management service. Apart from IAS and IPS, all other are central government employees. They are not at all related to the federalism, right? If the same option they would have given for the all India services, in that case it would have been correct. But for overall bureaucracy, they have nothing to do with federalism. Okay, then widening the scope of parliamentary democracy, again it is not related to the bureaucracy because bureaucracy comes under executive, not under parliament. Okay. Next, preamble of the Constitution of India, again it is these are all the static, I'm not going into detail. Okay, it's a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of others. Okay. It has the legal effect only if it is related to certain provision of the Constitution. Okay. This is given by Supreme Court in which case? Yes, Keshwanand Bharti case. Okay. Yes. The next, gold tranche refers to, it was from the current affairs. Again, यहाँ पे भी one more elimination technique that we discussed. If there are two options which are similar, okay, either one of them is the answer. जैसे यहाँ पे these two are the options. One is the credit system by WTO. Second is credit system by IMF. है ना? So these two are the similar options. ठीक है, तो ये दो आप eliminate कर सकते हैं. You can pick one of these two. You can, based upon your basic understanding of the WTO and IMF. ठीक है, इन दोनों में से लोन कौन देता है? Who gives the loan? IMF gives the loan, right? WTO is with respect to the free trade, it doesn't give the loans. That is your answer. Okay. That. Then with reference to the provisions contained in part 4 of the Constitution. What is the part 4 of the Constitution? DPSP. Okay. Which of the following statements are correct? They shall be enforceable by courts they shall not be enforceable by any courts. Again, a simple, these two are the extreme, contradictory statements, right? Right. So in ये दोनों तो फिर सही नहीं हो सकते, right? So you are, ठीक है, उससे भी फर्क ही नहीं पड़ रहा, ठीक है, कैसे? One of them has to be correct, right? And 1, 2 is not the option. So इन दोनों में से भी कोई option eliminate नहीं हो रहा था, कैसे? That is the principles laid down in this part are influence making the laws by the state. Again, logic basis पे. Again, यहाँ पे you know DPSP are not enforceable, right? So this one becomes incorrect. तो ये तो knowledge based question ही है, right? No. Wherever you have the knowledge, okay, don't even think about the elimination technique. ठीक है, if you have the knowledge, अगर आपने पढ़ा है, आपको याद आ रहा है, if you know that is the answer, don't even think about the elimination technique. ठीक है, knowledge is the first priority, elimination technique is supplementary. ठीक है, then according to the Constitution of India, person who is eligible to vote, again कि जो मेथड मैंने बताया था कि सब्सटेंशिएशन यूजिंग द एग्जांपल, ठीक है, वो यही पे लिखो, पर्सन हु इज एलिजिबल टू वोट, हु इज एलिजिबल टू वोट, यस, एनीवन अबव 18, ठीक है, यही लिखो, 18 years, ठीक है, कैन बी मेड अ मिनिस्टर इन स्टेट फॉर 6 months even if he is not the member of legislative assembly, ठीक है, मिनिस्टर. So to be a member of the assembly, what is the age limit that you require? 25, right? So only that person who is eligible to be a member of this assembly can be a minister, right? So to be a minister, what is the minimum age that you required? Yes, 25. So is this statement correct? But otherwise, अगर आपने ज़्यादा नहीं सोचा, if you don't read the question carefully or the statement carefully, you can make a silly mistake here, right? That's why always substantiate. It is 18 years, it is 25 years. Okay? Then according to the Representation of People Act, a person convicted of criminal offense and sentenced to imprisonment for 5 years is permanently disqualified, right? Again, you have one data and one extreme statement. Okay, so this is also wrong, answer is D. Okay, it is 2 years and it is the conviction period, whatever your conviction period is, and 6 years after. Okay, that. Next, the President of India can summon a session of the Parliament. Again, this is a knowledge-based question. Summon the session of the Parliament at such place as he or she thinks fit. Correct. Constitution of India provides for 3 sessions in a year, but it is not mandatory to conduct all 3 sessions. So, yeah, does Constitution of India provides? Again, wherever Constitution of India defines or provides in such cases, there is no minimum number of days that the Parliament is required to meet in a year. Okay, that is also correct, based on knowledge. Okay, so answer is 1 and 3. Okay, I am considering you have the basic level of the knowledge because last question was very basic. I am not going into detail. Okay. Then with reference to the history, again this is the either only one elimination technique that we have, the contemporaries are generally incorrect, no, and second, all of the above generally is not the answer, no, तो इसमें आपके बस 1, 2, 3 eliminate हो जाएगा. Only if you have the knowledge, then only you attempt, otherwise you skip this particular question. Okay, so I think this is the first question which we are going to skip, right? No? So just make a note how many we got wrong and how many we have skipped. No? First question where you can skip. कोई लॉजिक नहीं है यहाँ पे. नेक्स्ट यस, वो भी क्वेश्चन है. देन रिलीजियस हिस्ट्री. स्थाविरवादीज बिलोंग टू महायाना बुद्धिज्म. ठीक है. लोकातावर्दिन sect was offshoot of Mahasangika sect of Buddhism. The deification of Buddha by Mahasangikas fostered Mahayana Buddhism. Again, जो आपको सिलेक्टिव रीडिंग करनी है आर्ट एंड कल्चर की, उसमें विद इन रिलीजन बुद्धिज्म जैनिज्म आर मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. सो विद इन बुद्धिज्म जैनिज्म, ठीक है, अपार्ट फ्रॉम इट्स कोर फिलोसॉफी, द डिफरेंट सेक्शंस विद इन बोथ, ठीक है, एंड द डिफरेंट टर्मिनोलॉजीज एंड the literature part. ठीक है. These three are the most important ones. So ये अच्छे से करना है. यहाँ पे I will just write, you just remember it properly. कि after the second council, I will write it here. Second council. ठीक है. Where was the second Buddhist council? Yes. Where was the second Buddhist council? Where was the second Buddhist council? Yes, it was at Vaishali. पता होना चाहिए. Facts needs to be on your fingertips to clear the prelims. So during that time they were divided into Sthavirvadins. This one. Okay. And second section is Akriyavadins. Okay. They had the conflict with respect to the conduct of the monks. Okay. It happened after 100 years of the Buddha's death. Because वहाँ पे कुछ लोग बिगड़ गए थे. Yeah. So जो बिगड़े हुए थे, those who wanted to continue with the same thing, they remained here. Those who wanted a change, they become this. And here, the one, it was further divided into one. It was further divided into one is the Mahayana and second is this one. Okay, so that was the classification. You just need to remember it. Okay. So in this particular, this you should be able to solve based upon the knowledge. Okay. So इसमें आपका the answer is 2 and 3. Okay. Mahayana Buddhism belongs to the other one, not Sthavirvadins. This is the second question. I think we'll be skipping, right? Just note it down. If you don't have the knowledge, you can skip this question. The second question. Then which of the following statements currently explains the impact of industrial revolution on India during the first half of 19th century? Again, the detailing. The first half of 19th century means what is the time period? Yes, till so 1800 to 1850, right? अब रेलवे कब आई थी इंडिया में? 1853. तो हो गया एलिमिनेट ऑटोमेटिकली. हेवी ड्यूटीज, ठीक है. बाकी तो ये ऑप्शन सी इज ऑटोमेटिकली एलिमिनेटेड. ठीक है. सेकंड, मशीन्स वेर इंट्रोड्यूस्ड इन इंडियन टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री. तो उन्होंने इंडिया में मशीन्स लाई थी या उनके टेक्सटाइल एक्सपोर्ट किए थे इंडिया में? राइट, दिस इज ऑल्सो रॉन्ग. देन हेवी ड्यूटीज वेर इम्पोज्ड ऑन द imports of British manufacturers. Right? They will impose the duty on how? Why would they impose the duty on British imports? Basically, it was one-way free trade where they imposed zero duty on the British imports and higher duty on the Indian exports. Right? This is wrong. And Indian handicraft were ruled. Okay. Then, with respect to the chronology, again, if you have the knowledge, then only attempt. If not, then you directly skip this particular question. Okay, if you have even the basic, because this is the, I think, in last 5 years itself, this is second or third time where they have prepared a question on the chronology. No, I think 23 or 24 maybe a question tha. Okay, so chronology, you try to remember it properly. Okay. इसका आंसर इज सी। ये कौन सा क्वेश्चन है? थर्ड क्वेश्चन ना, विच वी आर गोइंग टू स्किप। ठीक है, थर्ड। देन फोर्थ, which of the following phrases defines nature of हुंडी? If you have read your economics के banking के basics में ही this particular terminology is given. ठीक है, हुंडी is the system of the or the type of the bill of exchange. ठीक है, it was the letter carried by the or during the time of the trade. Then again, this was one interesting question. Here, the one approach that we discussed with respect to understanding the context. Now, उनका background समझो, based upon that you can eliminate options. ठीक है? Then Sakharam Ganesh Deuskar, book देशार कथा. ठीक है? ये नाम पढ़ के what do you think to which region he belongs to? Yes, Sakharam Ganesh Desurkar. Maharashtra, right? No? Okay, so can he use the word Desh for Bengal? ठीक है, देशार तो किसी ने नहीं पढ़ा होगा. Even I hadn't read it during that time. ठीक है, क्योंकि स्पेक्ट्रम में नहीं था. But based upon this, you can at least identify कि he would be belong to Maharashtra. That should be his context or background, right? And being a Maharashtrian, he won't consider a Desh only related to this Bengal, right? So you can eliminate this. You can get mark 1 and 2. Second thing, okay, it inspired the performance of Swadeshi street plays and folk songs. Okay, it was, so that means it belonged during the period of Swadeshi movement, right? So that is during the time of 1905 or something, during that time. You know? So during that time, during 1905 or during that time, was the concept of India only included region of Bengal or was it broadened? Yes. तब तक nationalism आया था कि नहीं आया था? Right? India as a concept emerged after formation of Congress in 1886. No, India as a whole, they started imagining that after the formation of Congress, no, or the unification by the Britishers. Now, उससे पहले अगर if this book would have been during the time of 1700, 1800, during that time we could have said कि this is talking about Bengal. But if it is talking about Swadeshi, okay, that is the period of 1905 or during that time. So at that time, the concept of Desh or concept of nation was broader. It was not limited to this. So again, your option 2 and option 3 becomes, yes, contradictory. Right? So ये दोनों भी आपके साथ नहीं जा सकते, तो ये eliminate हो गया, ये eliminate हो गया. ठीक है, और इसमें second, this sounds Maharashtrian, this doesn't sound from West Bengal. Third आपका eliminate हो गया. So your answer is, sorry, 1 and 2. आपके 2 and 3 are the contradictory ना. So 2 and 3 cannot be together. Right? These two are contradictory. So 2 and 3 cannot be together. No, and 3 is we have considered as wrong. 1 and 2 is the mistake. ये समझ है? अब ये बुक किसी ने नहीं पढ़ा होगा. The reference of this book is not even in spectrum. ठीक है, at least in that year spectrum. ठीक है, PYQ आने के बाद उन्होंने updated version में किया होगा. But it was not. But simply understanding the context of that particular person, you can get the answer. ठीक है. Then Gandhi-Irwin Pact, again this is a knowledge based question. ठीक है. This, you know कि this is the elimination. Acceptance of Gandhiji's suggestion for inquiry into the police excesses. ये उन्होंने specifically 2 demands reject की थी. Which were those 2 demands? One is with respect to the police excesses, and second, the commutation of death sentence of Bhagat Singh. Then release of only those prisoners who were not charged with violence. This was also correct. Those who were charged with violence were not released, right? But still UPSC has rejected this question. ठीक है, UPSC ने ये question reject कर दिया, उन्होंने official answer नहीं दिया है. In 2020 UPSC rejected 2 questions. They haven't given the answers of 2. No, तो इसमें से एक है. Next, again Vitthal, ठीक है, the first monthly journal to have untouchable people at its targets audience. Again, don't make a blank guess. ठीक है, ऐसे वाले क्वेश्चन में बहुत टेम्पटेशन होता है कि यार अंबेडकर हो सकते हैं एंड ऑल. Unnecessarily don't increase your attempt. If you have the knowledge, ठीक है, which I know you don't, क्योंकि मुझे भी नहीं पता है, in that case you just skip this. ठीक है, कौन सा क्वेश्चन है that we have skipped? This is 4th, right? 4th answer is it. क्या क्या तो तो इससे क्या कर सकते हो आप? What is the logic? Ambedkar was also from Maharashtra, right? Ambedkar was also from Maharashtra. तो वो भी 3 है ना फिर. ठीक है, अगर वो लॉजिक यू कैन अप्लाई कि विठल, इफ इट इज सेइंग कि यू कैन से इट इज फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र, बट अगेन यू हैव ज्योतिबा फुले फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र, गोपाल बाबा वालंकर इज ऑल्सो फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र. ठीक है, अंबेडकर इज ऑल्सो फ्रॉम महाराष्ट्र. ठीक है, तो देन अगेन यू हैव 3 ऑप्शंस, सो व्हाई अननेसेसरी टाइप रिस्क दैट. ठीक है, देन विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू द हिस्ट्री ऑफ इंडिया, द टर्म्स कुलियावापा एंड द्रोणावापा डिनोट. यस, ठीक है, इसमें सिर्फ इतना कि द्रोणा उस टाइम के मीन्स पैसा. ठीक है, ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट ये, बट अगेन ये तो आप स्किप कर सकते हो, इन तीनों में से एक कर सकते हो. अदरवाइज यू कैन ऑल्सो अप्लाई विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू दी सिमिलैरिटी. ठीक है, 2 सिमिलर ऑप्शन जब होंगे तब, right? One question we have already done that. No, second is here with respect to the land. So this is measurement of land, this is classification of urban land, right? 2 similar options are there. No, so when 2 similar options are there, you just have to pick at least one of them. No, so at least between 1 and 3. So this becomes 50-50. Okay, so first question I think where we have got 50-50. बाकी कोई लॉजिक नहीं है, सॉरी से, बट दिस क्वेश्चन यू हैव टू अटेम्प्ट. ठीक है, बिकॉज एटलीस्ट यू आर गेटिंग 50-50. ठीक है, देन हु अमंग द फॉलोइंग रूलर्स एडवाइसेस सब्जेक्ट थ्रू दिस इंस्क्रिप्शन. अगेन नाउ यू डोंट इवन नीड टू रीड दिस. ठीक है, देयर इज ओनली वन रूलर हु एडवाइज्ड हिज सब्जेक्ट्स. हु वाज दैट? थ्रू हिज इंस्क्रिप्शंस. यस, अशोक. ठीक है, that is why reading the question very carefully is important. ठीक है, the principle of Dhamma where he put the advices on the inscriptions, right? There was only one leader, Ashoka. ठीक है, बाकी इसमें डिक्री होते थे या ऑर्डर्स होते थे, एडवाइसेस नहीं होते थे, right? Then next, which reference to the cultural history of India, which one of the following is correct? ठीक है, और parameters again कुछ नहीं है इसमें भी. if you have the knowledge then only attempt, otherwise you can skip it. There is no logic at all here. I think 4th question na or 5th? This is 5th na. ठीक है, 5th question that we are going to skip. Again, this one is interesting. ठीक है, रखमाबाई केस revolved around. अब आपको रखमाबाई केस, it is not given in the spectrum. At least it was not there during that time. But simple logic, age of consent and restitution of conjugal rights, both of them are related to the marriage. Okay, so these two are complementary. And this is related to the education. So answer should be either 1 only or 2 and 3, because in history we generally don't go with 1, 2, 3. Now, agar knowledge hai tabhi we go, otherwise we don't. So this, based upon that, I had marked answer as Bombay. Okay, because both of them are related to the marriage or the reproductive rights of the women. Okay, but and the first was with respect to education. Then indigo cultivation in India declined by the beginning of 20th century, because again it is a knowledge based question. What is the answer? Yes, why it declined? Yes, because of the new inventions. Yes, what was the new invention? The synthetic dye in Germany, right? Okay, again यहाँ पे भी देखोगे, if you compare the options, then also these two options are complementary. The resistance by peasant and the resistance by the national leaders. है ना, अगर national leader oppose कर रहे हैं तो peasant करेंगे, peasant कर रहे हैं तो national leaders करेंगे. There cannot be a situation where peasant are resisting but national leaders are not resisting. No, so both of them are complementary. So A और C तो automatically ये हो गया कि A and C तो automatically eliminate हो गया. All you have to do is choose between B and D. Like from the basic understanding, you can go for B. The next, Lord Wellesley established the Fort William College at Calcutta House. Okay, and this is, so I have solved multiple of the UPSC PYQs. Okay, and this is the one question where I have found the worst possible option that UPSC can give. So you just read it, you will also laugh. He established Fort William College to provide William Carey and his associate with the employment. Okay. William Carey ko basically they are saying ki to give the employment to the William, he established the Fort William College. Okay. So that was the worst possible option that UPSC can give. It was the easy elimination. Okay. Again, the answer is it should be. क्या हो गया ये? It should be based upon the knowledge. It was established to train the British civilians for administrative purpose in India. Okay. Then with respect to Ulgulan, yes. Okay, this is with respect to the Munda revolt of 1899. Again, these are the static ones. With respect to school literatures in ancient India. Now again, some of you ask the with respect to contemporaries, we consider contemporary as wrong. No, 18 में हो गया, 19 में हो गया, this is 20. Panini is associated with Pushyamitra Shunga, again Amarsiya with Harshavardhan and Kalidasa with Chandragupta. तो यहाँ पे अगर option, if it would have been none of these, we would have gone with none of these. तो contemporary वाला तो logic यहाँ पे नहीं लगेगा. Okay, in that case, either you skip, or if you have the knowledge, then only attempt. Otherwise, you skip this. Okay, there is no point. Okay. Yes, answer is C. Okay. It was sixth question. No? Okay, so this was the sixth question which we skipped. Okay. Then pro-nuclear transfer, again it was the based upon the current affairs. So pro-nuclear transfer is prevention of mitochondrial diseases in offspring. It was based upon the current affairs. So it was easy one. With the present state of development, artificial intelligence can effectively do which of the following? Bring down electricity consumption, meaningful short stories, disease diagnostics, text to speak conversion, and wireless transmission of electrical energy. Again, these are all the applications, right? And there is no point in eliminating any of these. You all are using the chat GPT or usse wo karti hai. But so ideally answer should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But this is wrong. The answer that they have given is 1, 3, and 4. Okay, I don't know why UPSC has eliminated the second option, because all of us use the chat GPT to create the stories and such. You can effectively use it. I don't know why UPSC has eliminated it. Okay, but the official answer is 1, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is here our elimination technique will fail. कौन सा question है? Where elimination technique failed? Second? No, second तो नहीं. One more question was there, where elimination technique failed. Right. So this is the third question where elimination technique failed. Okay. But then, with reference to visible light communication technology, which of the following statements are correct? So electromagnetic spectrum wavelength of 375 to 79. Okay, so this is the data. It is known as long range optical wireless communication. Okay. Transmit large amount of data faster than Bluetooth. Okay. And has no electromagnetic interference. Again, यहाँ पे भी if you see, ठीक है, this is the data. Based upon the data, if you eliminate the first, we will get the answer 2, 3, and 4. That's the only logic that we can use. And again, first and second are the contradictory statements. Okay, because here they are mentioning about 375, 780, and here they are talking about long range. Right. So based upon that, we would have marked 2, 3, and 4. But this is the fourth question where elimination fails. Okay, that is fine. Fourth question. Next, blockchain technology. Again, this was the knowledge-based question. Okay. The public ledger that everyone can inspect, but which no single user controls. ना तो पता होना चाहिए blockchain बदल. The structure and design of blockchain is such that all the data in it are about cryptocurrency only. Extreme statement, you eliminate the second. Okay. Then you have to think about third. Applications that depend on basic features of blockchain can be developed without anybody's permission. Right. Again, these two are the complementary. If no one is controlling the blockchain, then you don't need the permission of anyone. Right. So your 2 is wrong, 1 and 3 are complementary. So you mark the answer as D. Right. Okay. Next. Carbon nanotubes can be used as a carriage of drugs made into artificial blood capillaries for injured part of human body, can be used in biochemical sensors, and carbon nanotubes are biodegradable. Okay, again carbon है तो biodegradable होगा ही. Again these can be used. Can be. ठीक है. अब nanotubes है तो nanotubes carries drugs. ठीक है. Used in biochemical sensors, nanotechnology उसी में use होती है. This also will give the benefit of doubt. यार हो सकता है. Unnecessarily eliminate नहीं करेंगे. So as per our logic, answer should be 1, 2, 3, 4. But the answer that they have given is 1, 3, and 4. This is also one question where logic fail. Okay. So this is I think fourth, na? Right? Fourth question. Fourth or fifth. Okay, take long. Where logic has failed. Then at present level of technology, which of the above activities can be successfully carried out using the drones? Again, the same level, same nature of the question, the application based question. So in previous question also, we went for 1, 2, 3, 4 based upon the application. Here also spraying pesticide on the crop field, so drone तो obviously use होगी. Inspecting the volcanoes, ठीक है, collecting the samples from the spouting whales for DNA analysis, again that can also be used. Unnecessarily eliminate नहीं करेंगे, we will give, even if you have the doubt, we will give the benefit of doubt like we did in the previous one. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे सही आ गया, पिछला गलत भी हो गया तभी. ठीक है, if you don't maintain the consistency, ठीक है, you will get confused in both. Better you ensure the consistency, you will have 60% of the accuracy. ठीक है, next, again what was the next question? Yes, 43. The experiment will employ a trio of spacecraft. यहाँ पे भी the similarity principle. This is also talking about Lisa. This is also talking about Lisa. ठीक है, so answer in दोनों में से answer should be one of these two. And anyway, it was also from current affairs. It was evolved Lisa. ठीक है, that. Next. Then genetic changes can be introduced in the cells that produce eggs or sperms of prospective parents. ठीक है, person's genome can be edited in human. Induced pluripotent stem cells can be injected into the embryo of the pig. Again the same principle, application principle. ठीक है, unless and there is no मतलब simple logic नहीं है या knowledge नहीं है from which we can eliminate that. So we will go with 1, 2 and 3. Again एक गलत हो गया but दो आपके सही आ गए. Right, that is why it is essential to ensure the consistency. Then the importance of using vaccines, we conjugate vaccines, are effective against pneumonia as well as meaning ठीक है, dependence on antibiotics that are not effective against drug resistance bacteria can be reduced. Application, these vaccines have no side effect and cause no allergic reactions. This is, yes, what kind of statement? Extreme statement. ठीक है, so we will eliminate this. Second is आपका वैसे भी application है which we consider as correct. 2 only तो option है नहीं आपका, there is no need to think over first. So 1 and 2 is the answer. ठीक है, that. Then public key infrastructure. ठीक है, this is digital security infrastructure that was related to the current affairs. Then again यहाँ पे भी अगर आप देखोगे तो public key infrastructure, you may get confused between these two. No, majority of you would think यार it would be related to the health and it would be related to the or food. ठीक है, but that is the most important thing कि अगर public key infrastructure, if food security is public key infrastructure, then health and education will also automatically be public key infrastructure. Public key infrastructure एक ही नहीं होता है, right? That means these two are complementary. ठीक है, if food security infrastructure is public key infrastructure, automatically health and education should also be public key infrastructure, है ना? तो आपका B और C तो आंसर हो ही नहीं सकता है. All you have to think is about A and D. ठीक है, that. Then which of the following statements are correct regarding the difference between plant and animal cells? Again, normally our elimination technique is wherever we have the comparison, we consider that as wrong. But यहाँ पे तीनों स्टेट इसी के दिया है कंपैरिजन के. लगा सकते हैं, yes you can, but basic हो कि हो उससे मैं ठीक है वो उससे भी आप कर सकते हैं. Yeah. See, normally basic infrastructure, basic public infrastructure, you can say. Yes. Then here all the three statements are with respect to the comparison. So no elimination technique is applicable. So if you have the knowledge, then only attempt. Otherwise, you can skip this question. Also, question is 7th, no? Which we are going to skip. Yes. This is the 7th question, no? Which we are going to skip. 7th. Okay, so answer is C. Next. Yeah. Then which of the following are reasons for exposure to benzene pollution? Okay, now one thing, मैंने पहले भी बोला था कि if there are more than 4 options, ठीक है, with respect to, खास करके with respect to the sources of pollution, ठीक है, there are 2 aspects. One is the emission and second sources. ठीक है, ये 2 टाइप के वो क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं. वन, which of the following gases are emitted by burning of the fossil fuel or something like that, or through the automobile industry or through any of the industry, key emissions. And second, what are the sources of benzene pollution, or that kind of the question. ठीक है. So normally when they give the gases with respect to the emissions, ठीक है, there you give the benefit of doubt and you can go for all of them. ठीक है, but sources में in majority of the questions I haven't found कि all of the above answer is correct. ठीक है, if options are more than 4, which normally are there. ठीक है, so जब भी sources के related questions है, always try to eliminate few of the options. ठीक है, ठीक है, तो ये which of the following are the sources or reasons for exposure to the benzene pollution? Directly don't go to 1 to 5. Here you go odd man out. So first 3 things are with respect to the gases or burning, right answer. Remaining 2 are the wooden furniture and products made of using the products. Okay, so these 2 are in one category, these 3 are in the one category. So as per our odd man out formula, either 1, 2, 3 or 4, 5. ठीक है, तो 4, 5 तो ऑप्शन नहीं है, तो 1, 2, 3 इज दी. ठीक है, ये क्लियर है. नेक्स्ट, if another global financial crisis happens in the near future, which of the following policies are likely to give some immunity to India? Again, so application based questions हमने economics का कल किया था, right? So if global financial crisis, ठीक है, so to get the immunity from global financial crisis, what we require? Yes. So अगर हमें global financial crisis से बचना है, तो what we require the minimum of the interaction with the outer world ना. ठीक है, तो हमें उनसे ज्यादा रिलेशंस रखना ही नहीं है. नहीं, तो इससे क्या होगा? Not depending upon short term foreign borrowings means we are reducing our dependence or relationship with. Okay. Then opening up to more foreign banks, what will happen? The foreign companies will come into India, and if something happens to the foreign companies, it will impact them into India, and ultimately it will impact Indian economy, right? This is not maintaining full capital account convertibility. Again, this promotes FDI. With FDI comes the risk. Answer is A. Next, if you withdraw 1 lakh in cash from your demand deposit account at your bank, immediate effect on aggregate money supply in the economy. Yes. So effect on aggregate money supply in economy. Economy, simply remember कि economy में आपका और in overall economy the money supply changes only by RBI, right? Either by printing new currency or by buying or selling of the government bonds. No. So even if you withdraw 1 CR, even if they come out of banking system, it will still remain into the economy. Now, so there will be no effect. The effect will happen only when RBI does something. If RBI prints money, if they would have seen, if RBI prints the money of 1 lakh rupees, what would be the impact? So there would be increase in the money supply. If they would have seen that RBI is buying government bonds from the market. Okay, so if RBI is buying government bond, RBI is paying money to the market. So money is going to the market. So money supply would have increased. Okay, RBI is selling the government bonds. Bonds come into market, money goes to RBI. So liquidity in market decreases. Okay. That. Then with reference to the foreign direct investment, which of the following are considered as major characteristics? Again, investment through capital instruments, which is fine, essentially in listed company. So is FDI is there only in the listed companies? It can be in the unlisted companies also, right? It is largely non-debt creating capital flow. Okay, this, if you have the knowledge, you know that this would correct, right? It is non-debt creating. Okay. Then investment which involves debt servicing, again a common sense based elimination. कोई भी इन्वेस्टमेंट ऐसे क्यों कंपनी में करेगा कि उसका डेट सर्विस करने के लिए? ठीक है, if someone is investing into the company, he will look for the company which is healthier. Okay, he won't go to invest in a company which is paying the interest rate और जिस पे बहुत ज़्यादा डेट है. ठीक है. Then investment made by foreign institutional investors in government securities. Again, this is not the FDI, this is FII. Based upon that. Okay. With reference to international trade at present, again, I think UPSC has removed this question. UPSC hasn't given the answer of this. Okay. The question UPSC ने cancel कर दिया. हाँ? वो नहीं पता. वो नहीं बताया उन्होंने. क्या गया? They are just given the mark. ऐसे. वो नहीं पता. क्या होता है उनका. ठीक है. Then term West Texas Intermediate, again it was in use with respect to the crude oil. ये current affairs based question था. In context of Indian economy, non-financial debt includes which of the following? Okay, again यहाँ पे non-financial debt concept, if you don't know, okay, simple is you go for odd man out, right? So treasury bills is related to the government. Okay, housing loans owned by households and the amount outstanding on the credit card, this is related to the citizens. No. Right? So as per our odd man out formula, answer should be either 1 and 2 or 3 only. Okay, so you have both. So you choose one of these two. Okay. So इन दोनों में से एक choose करो 50-50 में से. You can mark either B or C. And then also logic will fail and answer is D. So ये question ही बनाया था wrong करने के लिए. But that is fine. We won't move away from our simple elimination technique. Okay. So the answer that they have given is 1, 2, 3. Okay. Basically, non-financial debt is a concept where debt is created by the non-financial entity. Okay. Who are the financial entities? So financial entities are banks, no? So or आपके cooperative banks, ठीक है, microfinance institutions, those. Any entity other than the financial entity, if they have created that debt, it is called as the non-financial debt. So this is treasury bills are created by government, and these two are created by households. So these are the example of non-financial debt. Again, no logic is applicable. You simply go with one of these two. Okay, it's fine, you get it wrong. What was the number of question where we got the elimination technique wrong? Yes. What? Huh? 7. Elimination failure. 6th. So this is the 6th question where elimination technique has failed. Okay. So in India, why some nuclear reactors kept under IAEA safeguards? Again, IAEA safeguard question was there in 2019 or 18. हमने किया है ना? Right? Again, if you see, based upon that, you should have read about this. But even with your basic knowledge, you could have solved this paper. Okay, some use uranium and others use thorium. Even if you have the basic understanding of India's nuclear program, okay, all the nuclear power projects use the uranium. Okay, this is eliminated. And then third, some are operated by foreign enterprises. It's simple hai ki there is a complete monopoly of government with respect to nuclear energy, right? Is there any foreign entity who is working with or who is operating the nuclear power project in India? Yes. नहीं है ना? Yes, wrong. Some are state owned, other are privately owned. Again, like I mentioned, nuclear energy is completely monopoly of state, मतलब government overall. So there is no privately owned. This is also eliminated. Serious? Yeah, so this is again application of the basic knowledge to eliminate. Then trade related investment measures. Which of the following are correct? Again, this should be the, with respect to the WTO, this should also be the knowledge based question. They apply to the investment measures related to the trade in both goods and services. So this is your elimination. Okay, TRIMS is not related to the trades in services. Okay. It is only related to trade in goods. Okay. And if as they are only related to the trade in goods, automatically they are not concerned with regulation of investment. They are only concerned with the trade, okay, and trade barriers. They are not related or concerned about the investments. This also becomes correct. So if you eliminate 2, you will automatically get your answer as 1, 2, and 3. ये basic concept with respect to the WTO, it is given. What is the WTO agreement on services? What is the name of WTO agreement on services? Yes. 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 It's GATS, WTO General Agreement of Trade in Services. Okay. Then again, a simple, the expansionary monetary policy. Okay. Again, the same approach, we will simplify it into liquidity terms. No. So expansionary monetary policy में क्या होता है? Liquidity increases. No. So L increases. ठीक है. So cut and optimize SLR. So SLR reduce करेंगे तो what will happen? If RBI increases SLR, yes. Reduces SLR, then banks will have more money. If banks have more money, then banks will lend more. That will increase liquidity, right? Similarly, this is against that. If they increase MSLR, MSF facility, then the liquidity will with banks will decrease. Bank के साथ decrease हो गया तो market liquidity is decrease. So these two are contradictory. तो ये दोनों तो साथ जा ही नहीं सकते. Okay, so you have to choose between cut the bank rate and repo rate. These two are cut. Now these two are complementary. This is contradictory. 1 and 3. Okay. Again, bank rate cut कर दिया, repo rate cut कर दिया तो liquidity increases. Simplify to the एकदम basic level. Once you do that with respect to the applied economics question, you will never get your questions wrong. Okay. Then with reference to the Indian economy under after 1991 economic liberalization. Okay. Again, productivity increased in urban areas while it decreased in rural areas. This is what kind of statement? Yes, comparison. No, comparison statement we consider. Okay. Then percentage share of rural area in workforce steadily increased. Again, with respect to steady or gradual or rapid growth or decline, we consider those statements as yes, wrong. Okay, in rural areas, growth in non-farm economy increased. Again, अगर यहाँ पे steady increase बोला होता तो we would have considered that as wrong. Rapid growth बोला होता, then also we would have considered that as wrong. But ये general statement. And again, apply the common sense. After 1991, non-farm economy increase हुआ है कि नहीं? Even in rural areas. Right? Before 1991, you had completely agricultural rural economy. Now you have growth in non-farm economy. Again, they are not providing it in comparative terms. Right? Then growth rate in rural employment decreased. Okay? Growth rate कहा है उन्होंने? Okay, so after 1991, if growth rate in employment was about 5% or 6%, okay, with saturation, growth rate comes down. Na? Right? So when our economy was very small, okay, 500 or 600 billion, during that time, our growth rate was 10-11%. But now as the growth rate or our economy is maturing, ठीक है, और जैसे अब इंडिया का देख लो, डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज का ग्रोथ रेट कितना होता है? 8%, 9%, ठीक है. डेवलप कंट्रीज का 1%, 2%. Why? Because they have reached to the level of saturation. No, because of that. So automatically growth rate initially 5 to 6% वगैरह होगा, whatever. Then gradually it has to come down. No? With saturation, the growth rate has to come down. No? Right? In rural employment decrease. Again, that is also the statement which we will consider as right based upon the logic. No. So your answer is 3 and 4. Then consider the following statements. Again, this is the comparison statement. No, comparison, short-term credit delivery, district central cooperative banks deliver more credit in comparison to scheduled commercial bank. Again, India में there is a lot of disparity with respect to the banking infrastructure. Scheduled commercial banks से ज़्यादा लोन कोई भी नहीं देता किसी भी sector को. Just remember this. So again, comparison we consider it as wrong. And one of the most important, again, one of the most, मतलब general statement. Function of DCCB is to provide funds to the primary agricultural credit society. Okay, so this is about function, and function we consider as correct. So your answer is wrong. Okay, simple. Then India under cyber insurance for individuals, which of the following benefits are generally covered in addition to the payment of loss of funds and other benefits? Again, focus upon the word cyber insurance. So cyber insurance will cover only yes, any kind of the cyber fraud, no, or any kind of the virus loss, etc. So cost of restoration of computer system, right? So software related, any cyber insurance will cover any software related losses or any financial losses. Okay. Then cost of new computer if some miscreant willfully damages it, if proved so. So if someone breaks your laptop, can that be covered into the cyber insurance? Is that a cyber crime? No, no. That is a normal physical crime. That is not a cyber crime, right? So this is your malware. It is a cyber crime. Okay. Then cost of hiring specialized consultant to minimize loss in case of cyber extortion. This is also cyber crime. You know. Then cost of defense in court of law if any third party files a suit. This is again related to the cyber crime. Now this is not a cyber crime. So it won't come in cyber insurance. No. So that is the elimination technique. So again, blindly don't go for that. Okay. 1, 3 and 4. Then which of the following can be considered as public investment in agriculture? Okay. So basically investment and public investment. Who does the public investment? That is investment by government. Okay. So again, setting up of cold storage facility. Yes. So is that the investment? Setting up of cold storage, yes. So 5 should be there, 6 should be there into your answer. 1, 2 तो automatically eliminate हो गया. Farm loan waivers, is that an investment? 5 shouldn't be into your answer. Last के 2 के compare करके ही आपका आंसर आ गया. तो always जब ऐसे 6 options होते हैं या 5 options होते हैं ना, you start from the bottom. ठीक है, initially they will give you the confusing options. ठीक है, easy है. Then minimum support price is also not the investment. Computerization is the investment. Capital development is the investment. Again, free electricity won't come as the investment. Right? Again, it was easier. Then interest coverage ratio. Again, if you see important term, interest coverage ratio, it helps in understanding the present risk of the firm that bank is going to give loan to. It helps in evaluating the emerging risk of a firm that a bank is going to give loan to. If you read those two statements collectively, you will find that these two are the complementary statement, right? If with interest coverage ratio, if bank is going to go for the present risk, so loan देने से पहले वो present risk देखेगी. So if it is seeing the present risk, it also will be seeing the future risk also, na? Right? दोनों भी risk देखेगी ना bank. For giving the loan, bank will go for both future as well as the present risk. Now both the statements are complementary, so both has to be into your answers. So this one is eliminated, B is eliminated. All you have to do is think between 1 and 2. Okay, A and D. So at least you have come to the 50-50. Okay. The higher the borrowing firm's level of interest coverage ratio versus its ability to service its debt. Okay. Again, if you know the concept of the interest coverage ratio, you will know that the higher the interest coverage ratio, better its capacity to service the debt. Okay, it is the other way around. No. But at least it is 50-50 with elimination technique. That. Then, which of the following factors were affecting the price of rice in recent past? Again, recent past बोला है उन्होंने. ठीक है, अगर if they would have given any of the option, like if they would have given option 5th as war, ठीक है, that would have been incorrect. अगर उन्होंने पूछा होता affected the prices of rice any time after the independence, then war भी आ जाता. But in recent past बोला है. ठीक है. So MSP, does MSP affect the pricing of the rice and wheat? Wheat, ये तो पता है. Then government trading, open market operations, this is also done. Government stockpiling and consumer subsidies, both. Right? This is through the FCI and consumer subsidies, that is your PDS and all. Right? All of them are affected. Again, value of India Sri Lanka trade has consistently, so there is no consistent increase or decrease, there is no steady increase or decrease, there is no rapid increase or decrease in economics. It's always a zigzag pattern. Okay, this is wrong. Then textile and textile articles constitute important item of trade between India and Bangladesh. Okay, so again we all know Bangladesh has the good textile industry, and in the last 5 years Nepal has been largest trading 5 years. Again data, this also is incorrect, answer is wrong. Okay. These are all the simple eliminations, don't even need to give the second thought. Again G20. Yeah. So yesterday also I told you ki you can get a question on NATO. No, so somebody asked me, sir, there are around 40 or 50 members in NATO. How can they ask a question? So see, this is they have asked you on G20. There are 20 members. Still they have asked. Okay. So ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. UPSC can ask from anything. Okay. Answer is इसमें मलेशिया नहीं है. ठीक है. I think ईरान तो होगा ही नहीं. And then यहाँ सिंगापुर नहीं. Yes. ठीक है. Next is under Kisan Credit Card Scheme, short-term credit support is given to the farmers for following purpose. Again, यहाँ the keyword is short-term. ठीक है. Now working capital for maintenance of farm asset. So for maintenance of farm asset, do you require short-term or long-term? What? Maintenance के लिए short-term लगता है, long-term लगता है? Short-term, right? Yes. Then purchase of combine harvesters, tractors. Is it a short-term investment or long-term investment? Long-term. So it won't come. Consumption requirement. Consumption requirement is short-term or long-term? Yes. Short-term, no? Yes. Short-term. No. Post-harvest expenses. Is it a short-term or long-term? Short-term, ना? वो हर सीजन में आपको आएंगे ही ना? ठीक है? Yes. And construction of family house. Is it a short-term investment or long-term investment? Simple. बाकी वो छोड़ दो. Facts. So you have eliminated second and fifth. You will get your answer. So second and fifth, if you are able to eliminate 1, 3 and 4 option only. It's easy. ठीक है. So short term investment के लिए ही आपको short term loan मिलेगा ना. Again, this was current affairs based because during that year the WPI CPI changed. Again, from this you should remember that you should know the weightage for the basket within WPI, CPI, IIP. Okay, you can get a question. The weightage of food in consumer price index is higher than that of wholesale price index. It is correct. Then WPI does not capture changes in prices of services which CPI does. Okay. And RBI has now adopted WPI as the key measure of inflation and decide on changing the key policy rates. Okay. So अभी आपको पता है the monetary policy committee, what is the benchmark that is uses? CPI on, yes, CPI at, yes. So it uses CPI, not WPI, ये तो आपको पता है. So at least 2 options are eliminated. ठीक है. And WPI doesn't involve services, but CPI covers everything. Weightage of food in CPI is higher. Right. This is knowledge-based question. If you apply the elimination technique, it will get wrong because first 2 statements are comparison. Okay. Then river, Mekong. This is again a knowledge-based question, but it may be if you have the basic understanding, if you have read about Mekong Ganga Cooperation. Mekong Ganga Cooperation के countries कौन से हैं? India, Vietnam and all, right? So even if the river Mekong is going from the India, Vietnam and that, it won't discharge itself into Andaman Sea, no? It will go into Bay of Bengal. Andaman Sea तक उतने नीचे जाएगी नहीं. If you can eliminate easy, one. If you eliminate one, automatically दो में से एक आपको choose करना है, ठीक है? So 3 automatically becomes correct. All you have to think about is 4th. Either you can go with B or C, 50-50. Okay. Then in the case of all, is simple. Again, if you see MSP पे question आ गया, MSP हर साल MSP पे question आ रहा है. In case of all cereals, pulses and oil seeds, government, again this is the extreme, not in case of all. Okay. Then in case of the cereals and pulses, the MSP is fixed in any state at a level to which market price will never rise. Again, an extreme statement. Simple elimination. Then with reference to the Indian economy, again this is the static based question. यहाँ पे कोई elimination technique नहीं है. This is a static question. Commercial paper short term, it is correct. Certificate of deposit is a long term. Again, it is also a short term and it is issued by, yes, banks. And call money is the short term finance used for interbank transaction, correct? 1 and 3, because your 2 is wrong and 1 and 3 are correct. Again, it is a complete knowledge based question. ये wrong होना ही नहीं चाहिए. Then with reference to cultural history of India, again this is the, either you have the knowledge or you skip. Okay. But even if you have the basic understanding or if you have done the PYQ properly, okay, they had asked the questions on Shramana tradition. What is the Shramana tradition? Yes. Shramana tradition was basically all the religions which were established as a reaction against the Vedic Brahmanism, which were including, so this tradition involves Buddhism, Jainism. Okay? So during ancient times, that was the Shramana tradition. So this one is wrong. Even if you had done the PYQ, you will get your answer 1 and 3. Okay? Again, this one is also simple. Upasaka means the follower. You can attempt it, or if you don't want to take the risk, you can skip this question also. Okay. But based upon knowledge, you should be able to solve. Then Indian elephants, the leader of the group is female. Maximum gestation period can be 22 months. And an elephant can normally go on calving till the age of 40 years only. Okay. Among the states in India, highest elephant population is in Kerala. Again, no elimination technique is applicable, okay, because they are all are the data. Okay, normally, so in that case, this is the basic knowledge which you should have. Ki the leader of the elephant group is female. Okay, baki rest, even if you know, consider one as correct, आपके 2 options eliminate होते हैं. Okay, all you have to do is think between these two. Again, elephant, at least you should have the idea कि highest elephant population is in which state? It is in Karnataka. ठीक है? Then this is also correct. Okay. Then which of the following protected areas are located in Kaveri Basin? Again, you can, if you know, you can attempt, otherwise you skip. नागरहोल नेशनल पार्क कौन से स्टेट में है? Of, if you know the location, then only you attempt, otherwise you skip. This is the Papikonda is on Godavari. But जितने भी national parks है, make sure कि you are reading the rivers going through that national park. इससे पहले भी एक question आया था कि rivers going through national park. So answer of this is C. Otherwise, if you don't know, you can skip. This is the 8th question, no? That we are going to start. Okay. No unnecessary risk. 9th. Okay. Okay. Then with reference to India's biodiversity, coppersmith, barbet, grain chin, mini white throated, redstart. ठीक है, व्हाइट थ्रोटेड के सिमिलर कंसेप्ट आपने कौन सी देखी है और सुनी है? That the vultures. No, you have heard the similar terms. Based upon that, you can make a guess that birds. Birds के ही नाम ऐसे होते हैं ना, coppersmith and all. Right. Then which of the following protected areas well known for conservation of subspecies of Indian swamp deer Barasinga that thrives well on hard ground and is exclusively is dependent upon or is the grass eating? अब इससे आपको समझ जाना चाहिए. This is your clue in this particular question. ठीक है, so hard ground and you need to have the grassland. ठीक है, so मानस वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी कहाँ पे है? इट्स इन आसाम. मुदुमलाई कहाँ पे है? इट्स इन तमिलनाडु. ठीक है, ताल चप्पर वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी किधर है? इट्स इन राजस्थान. ठीक है, कान्हा नेशनल पार्क इज इन एमपी. तो इसमें से हार्ड ग्राउंड किस किस में है? You can easily eliminate Assam and Tamil Nadu. There is no grassland there. ना वहाँ पे swamps है, grassland नहीं है. तो इन दोनों में से you can pick any one. कान्हा and तलचप्पर. ठीक है. That's so. With respect to ऐसे questions जहाँ पे they are asking you the habitat of that wildlife, ठीक है, or in which the protected area they are found. ठीक है. Try to remember the state of the protected area and the habitat of the particular species. Okay, if you know the habitat, if you know, there is one more question which is on with respect to this. I think it's on places musk deer. Okay. So musk deer, even if you know the habitat of musk deer, where the musk deer is found? In hilly or Himalayan areas. Okay. Then Ascot Wildlife Sanctuary is where? Yes. Where is the Ascot Wildlife Sanctuary? It's in Uttarakhand. Gangotri is Uttarakhand. Kishanpur is in UP and Manas is in Assam. Right? ये तो सबसे easy elimination है. 4 तो आपका सबसे पहला जाएगा because ये हिमालय में रहता है. 2 में से ही चूज करना है. इसमें भी गंगोत्री नाम है. दोनों में है. दोनों में से. ठीक है. So this is how you solve the questions related to the location of the species. ठीक है. Then steel slag, again application based question. Steel slag can be material for which of the following? Again construction of road, improvement of soil, production of cement. Again road construction के लिए कर रहे हो, cement के लिए भी करोगे. Application based question. Again we give the benefit of doubt and we go with all of the above. Okay, so in rural road construction, which one of the following are preferred for ensuring the environmental sustainability or to reduce carbon footprint? ठीक है. So इसमें a simple कि cold mix asphalt technology and hot mix asphalt technology. These both are contradictory. So both can't go together. So 2 and 4 आपके eliminate हो गए और दोनों में से एक तो होना ही चाहिए. So यहाँ पे 2 भी नहीं है, यहाँ पे 4 भी नहीं है. ठीक है. So आपका 50-50 तो हो गया यहाँ पे ना. एंड अगेन यहाँ पे आपने स्टील स्लैग कहा है कि स्टील स्लैग इज एनवायरमेंटली सस्टेनेबल. स्टील स्लैग अगर एनवायरमेंटली सस्टेनेबल है तो कॉपर स्लैग कैन ऑल्सो बी एनवायरमेंटली सस्टेनेबल. राइट, यू विल गेट योर आंसर. ठीक है, ये क्लियर है? दिस इज द स्मार्ट मेथड ऑफ सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चंस. Yeah, simple elimination, and again with this by comparing these options only. ठीक है, this is how you think multidimensionally. यहाँ पे you have steel slag. ठीक है, यहाँ पे you have steel slag which can be used for improvement of soil. So यहाँ पे you have the copper slag, so it can be also used for environmental sustainability. ठीक है, so easy answer, no unnecessary risk. Now 79. ठीक है, this again emissions. Coal fired power plants release sulfur dioxide highest content in observed in Indian coal. Again emissions के related क्या कहा था मैंने? You generally consider that as correct. जितने भी दिए you generally consider as correct, क्योंकि exact उसका count करना difficult है. ठीक है, कहाँ से आता है. So these two are correct. And arsenic, lead and mercury, again we will also give the benefit of doubt. 1, 2 and 3. Sources के regarding you be bit more cautious, you don't go with all of the above. ठीक है, if they have given 4 to 5 sources, don't go with all of the above. ठीक है, with respect to emissions, you can go with all of the above. Then biochar can be used as a part of growing medium in vertical farming. Again application correct. Then when biochar is a part of growing medium, it promotes growth of nitrogen fixing microorganism. Again if it is used in vertical farming, so obviously it will be having positive impacts. So jitne bhi positive impact we will consider it correct. It enables growing medium to retain water for longer time. Correct application. 1, 2 and 3. ठीक है. Then if a particular plant species is placed under schedule 6, again it is a knowledge based question. You need to know all the schedules. वर्मिन का schedule कौन सा है? 5. ठीक है. So with respect to schedule 6, you need a license. So this is from the static of environment. ये knowledge based आपका question start होना चाहिए. ठीक है. Then with reference to the period of Gupta dynasty in ancient India, towns like these are the port handling foreign trade. Again, if you don't have the knowledge, don't make unnecessary guess. Okay, just skip. This is the 10th question, no? Which we are going to skip. So 10th question which we have skipped. Okay, but again with respect to the kingdoms, you make a list, or if you get the your hands on the compilation of the important port cities in ancient and medieval India. क्योंकि ports पे 3 बार question आ गया है last 5 to 6 years में. So if you get your hands on that compilation, just go through it once. That. Then advantages or disadvantages of zero tillage. Again, what is the meaning of the zero tillage concept? Yes, you don't till the land, right? So whatever waste that is there, you keep it there itself, right? So sowing of wheat is possible without burning the residue, right? It is correct. Then without the need for nursery rice sapling, direct planting of paddy seeds in the wet soil is possible. Okay. Possibility statement. We consider possibility statement as correct. Again, possibility statement. Okay. And carbon sequestration in the soil is possible. Possibility statement. Okay. Then next, according to India's national policy on biofuels, which of the following can be used as raw material for production of biofuels? Okay. Again, based upon the national policy on biofuels. One more elimination technique is whenever options are more than 4, you don't go with all of the above, right? 6 के 6 options सही नहीं होते हैं generally. No. This we discussed in the first session only. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे you just go with odd man out, right? अब यहाँ पे these two are damaged wheat grains and rotten potatoes. Both are waste, both are complementary, है ना? So both, and again biofuel देखोगे तो biofuel you know कि the food wastage is used for preparing the biofuels, right? So 2 and 5 has to be there into your answer. If it is there, it's not there. At least one you have eliminated. ठीक है. Second, he groundnut seeds and horse gram. These are, so groundnut seed is, yes, it's oil seed. No. ठीक है. So we have already seen in our previous session that India already doesn't have the enough production of the oil seeds. Right? India already is dependent upon the import of edible oil, no? Around 85%. Right? So अगर already हमारे पास production नहीं है, so will we allow or can we allow the groundnut seed for creation of the biofuels? Yes. We will only allow the excessive production that we have or the waste for the biofuel. We can't allow something like groundnut, which we already don't have. Right? So you can eliminate this easily. So if you eliminate the 3 also, you will get your answer. ठीक है, ये clear है कि these two are complementary. No, so these two has to be there. Based upon that, you eliminated one. Second, you can't have groundnut seeds as India already doesn't have the sufficient production of the oil seeds and is dependent upon imports. Right? 2 and 4 कैसे? Horse gram कैसे? Two and 5 are complementary, na? Both are waste food or damaged. Okay. Then, which of the following statement best describe the term social cost? Okay. It is a measure in monetary value of the, again, social cost पूछा है. Social cost means basically the impact on society in monetary terms बोला है उन्होंने. Okay, so impact में कौन सा आएगा? Requirement of fossil fuels for a country. Can it be a social cost? Right? Social cost of carbon means basically they are asking about the, what do you understand by that concept? Ki the impact, social impact of the carbon, na? Right? Can we call it in terms of requirement of fossil fuels for a country? Is it an impact? Yes. Then second, climate refugee. So is it talking about all sections of the society? It is just talking about specific section of the society, right? But as a concept of social impact, we have to talk about the impact on overall society, no? Right? So you can't have the climate refugee. Then contribution of an individual person, this is also not the social impact of the this carbon. Because the social cost of the carbon, it should be impacting the overall society. So it can't be the individual, it can't be the refugee. Okay, so it's long-term damage done by the ton of CO2 emissions in a given year, based upon eliminating the remaining 3. Okay. The next. Then this pulse production. The black gram can be cultivated both as Kharif and Rabi. Green gram alone accounts for nearly half of pulse production. This is your data, right? And in the last 3 decades, the production of Kharif pulses has increased, production of Rabi pulses has decreased. This is comparison. Right, so data we consider as, comparison we consider as correct. The crop is subtropical in nature, hard frost. Again, for all the crops, the ideal condition you need to know. ठीक है, खास करके प्लांटेशन क्रॉप्स के, ठीक है, टी कॉफी के कंडीशंस अच्छे से कवर करो. सो अगेन 210 फ्रॉस्ट फ्री डेज, यही पे आपको समझ जाना चाहिए. फ्रॉस्ट फ्री डेज आर रिक्वायर्ड ओनली फॉर वन क्रॉप विच इज कॉटन. ठीक है. अगेन 50 to 100 सेंटीमीटर्स ऑफ रेनफॉल. अगेन यू नो शुगर केन को बहुत ज्यादा रेनफॉल लगता है, सो इट कांट बी शुगर केन. Based upon this rainfall criteria, you can eliminate sugar cane. Second, टी का प्रोडक्शन कहाँ पे होता है मैक्सिमम? हिली स्लोप्स में. कौन से वाले पर? एरिया असम, इधर नीचे नीलगिरी, राइट. बोथ ऑफ देम हैव more than 100 centimeter of rainfall, है ना? Yes, but rainfall is more na in that areas. So based upon that you can eliminate that as jute. Also you know West Bengal more than 100 centimeter of rainfall. So based on for each criteria you go on eliminating this one option each. Then again solar power can be used for running surface pumps and not for submersible pumps, and used for running centrifugal pumps and not one with the piston. Again both these statements are comparison. No, it can be used for surface pumps but not for submersible pump. Both are comparative statement, both are wrong. And generally application based questions में can be used. So can be used अगर दोनों होंगे तो you would have considered it correct. It can be used in everything. Can be वाले possibility statement में we consider all the possibilities as correct. The next, with reference to current trend in cultivating of sugar cane in India, consider following. ठीक है. ठीक है, यहाँ पे भी अगर ये देखोगे, this is the comparison. ठीक है. And again, if a bed prevail, this sets are directly planted single bedded types have better survival as compared to large sets. Sugarcane can be cultivated using settling prepared from tissue culture. Again, this is possibility statement. No, possibility statement you consider as correct. Okay. Comparison statement you consider as incorrect. So 2 and 3 wrong. 1 and 4 is your answer. Okay. Then next, in context of India, which of the following are considered practice of eco-friendly? What is the meaning of eco-friendly? Environmental friendly. No? Crop diversification, is it environmental friendly? Yes, it conserves the water and the soil. Legume intensification, it fixes the nitrogen, so it is environmental friendly. Tensiometer use, yes, now you have the confusion in this. Okay, but first 1 and 2 is correct, right? Let's go to the option. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Okay, so if 1 and 2 are correct, 3 automatically becomes correct. You don't even need to think about this, right? उसके ऊपर सोचना भी नहीं है. You don't even need to think. These two you know based upon knowledge. Okay, so 3 automatically becomes correct. These two gets eliminated. All you have to think is about option 4. Right. So vertical farming, can you say vertical farming is eco-friendly? Yes. वर्टिकल फार्मिंग पे कहा था क्वेश्चन प्रीवियस वाले में? वर्टिकल स्टेटमेंट वर्टिकल फार्मिंग का नहीं है। हाँ हाँ हाँ, विच रिस्पेक्ट टू दैट ना। हाँ हाँ हाँ, विच आई थिंक बायोचर vertical farming, right? This vertical farming, right? So here also you say, but is vertical farming a eco-friendly what? Yes. Vertical farming, is it eco-friendly agriculture or economic agriculture? Yes. Vertical farming होता क्या है basically? In a room, you just grow crop in layers. ठीक है? And that is the closed room. So it doesn't contribute anything to soil. It doesn't contribute anything to the water. It doesn't contribute anything to the air. Right? There is no air purification. There is no water purification. There is no increase in the fertility of the soil through vertical farming. Right? Vertical farming is majorly used for commercial agriculture. And again, it is input intensive. That this will eliminate when doing. If you don't know, then if you want, you can also give the benefit of doubt and you can also go with 1, 2, 3, 4. That is fine. Okay. But I am expecting at least this level of logic you should have. Okay. The next. What are the advantages of fertigation? What is the meaning of fertigation? Yes, application of water and fertilizer at the same time. Okay. So water fertilizer mix करके you apply it. That again, controlling the alkalinity of the irrigation water is possible. Again, all the 4 statements are possible. So possibility wala angle to gaya, and 1, 2, 3, 4 is not the answer. Okay, if 1, 2, 3, 4 would have been given, we would have gone with 1, 2, 3, 4. Then controlling the alkalinity of irrigation water is possible. Again, fertigation ka, if you know the meaning, is simultaneous application of water plus fertilizer. Okay, so if you are applying simultaneously, then you can control the alkalinity of the water, right? That is correct. Then increased availability of nutrients to plant is possible, right? And fourth statement, reduction in leaching of chemical nutrient. Leaching means washing away. Now, if you see both these statements, statement 3 and statement 4 are directly correlated. Right? When you reduce the leaching, then only there will be increased availability of nutrients. No. When you reduce the leaching, that is washing away, then only there will be the increased availability of nutrients. That means these two, both of these statements are, yes, complementary. So 3 and 4 has to be into your answer. So this one is eliminated, this one is eliminated. 3 and 4 is there. All you have to think about 1 and 2. Okay. So at least 50-50 you have. But if you have the basic understanding, fertigation means application of water fertilizer, you would go with 1, 3 and 4. Okay. Then are officially designated as major minerals. ठीक है, ये वाला जो क्वेश्चन आएगा मेजर मिनरल्स माइनर मिनरल्स वगैरह, you directly skip it. There is no point in unnecessarily attempting those questions. There is no elimination method. But what you do, you try to cover the list of minor minerals and second list of critical minerals. Because I am expecting a question on the critical minerals. there is a list of around 30 critical minerals which is declared by the central government. Okay, definitely in this year or in next year, in 1 or 2 years, you are definitely going to get the question on critical minerals. ठीक है, बट माइनर मिनरल्स भी एक बार पढ़ लो, अगर याद आ गए तो नॉलेज बेसिस पे सॉल्व हो गया तो ही अटेम्प्ट करो, अदरवाइज यू स्किप. ठीक है, देन नेक्स्ट, दिस वन इज 10th क्वेश्चन. 11th question that we are going to skip. Then, with reference to ocean mean temperature, which of the following are correct? Simple, is measured up to depth of 26 degrees Celsius isotherm, which is 129 meters in the southwestern India during January-March. So data. Okay, second, OMT collected during January-March can be used in assessing whether amount of rainfall in monsoon will be less or more than the certain long-term mean. This is application. No, and if you apply the common sense, तो जब mean ocean temperature data collected in January-March, okay, so January-March means if you collect the data during that months, okay, based upon that you can definitely predict the monsoon. No, normally also we go for application-based question, correct data is incorrect. Again, if you apply the common sense, here if they would have given data collected during the month of May, June, can be helpful in predicting monsoon, that would have been wrong, because during that time only you have monsoon. So how can you predict monsoon during the month of monsoon? Right? It should be before monsoon or after, before monsoon only. Right? So during January, March, if you collect the data, compare it, based upon that, you can predict the monsoon. Right? That. So this one also correct. Answer is Bombay. Here if they would have given any other months, if they would have given April, May, so these are the monsoon months, so that would have been incorrect. Yeah. Next, with respect to the chemical fertilizers, the retail price of chemical fertilizers is market driven and not administered by government. Yeah. This you should know if you have basic understanding of the fertilizer sector. Okay. The government this decides the price of the fertilizers, chemical fertilizers. The price of the chemical fertilizers is decided by government, right? So it is not market driven, and government provides subsidy directly to the, yes, fertilizer subsidy is provided directly to the company. It is provided to the company. Basically the thing is, the government declare the price suppose as 100. Okay, and if the company told that the price is 150, okay, then also the company sells it to the farmer at 100 rupees only. Okay, and whatever the mean that is there, that is 50, this is provided by government to the company. Okay, so subsidy is provided by government to the companies, not farmers directly. And that is one of the way forward which we will be writing in answers on fertilizer subsidy, that providing for the DBT. Okay. Then again, if you consider first as wrong, then also 2 automatically becomes correct. All you have to do is think about third. So sulfur, which is raw material for phosphoric fertilizer, is byproduct of oil refineries. Again, and ammonia is product from natural gas. So both will consider as correct. Yes. Because this is with respect to emission, right? Oil refineries emit sulfur, natural gas emit ammonia. So we consider them as the next. With reference to Desert National Park, again here spread over 2 districts. This is your data. Again, there is no human habitation. This is extreme statement, and it is one of the natural habitats of great Indian bustard. Again, one of the उन्होंने कहा है, ठीक है. And desert national park is in India's which state? Rajasthan. So this great Indian bustard is also found in Rajasthan. So third is correct. And now these two are based upon, this is data and this is extreme statement. No, but we don't have option of 3 only. So at least 3 is correct, means this one is eliminated and both of them won't be correct. Right? Data wala bhi correct hai or extreme wala bhi correct hai. So you'll eliminate this as well. So you choose one of these two. Okay. And rather than data, always you eliminate the extreme statement. Okay. Even if you think also, it is not possible in India that there is no human habitation anywhere in India. ठीक है, कहीं पे भी जाकर रह जाते हैं हम लोग. So it's not possible that we can't have the human habitation inside any of the park. You consider that as incorrect, or then go with 1 and 3, or even if you consider 50-50. Okay. Then Siachen Glacier, again this is the second theme which has been repeated. Okay. In the previous question or previous paper also, they had given the match the pairs wala question, right? They had given the glaciers and the region. Now here also they are asking about the glacier. Okay, so cover the glaciers properly. Location of glaciers. Okay, this is north of Nubra Valley. Okay, the next, again famous place. There is no logic here. If you know, otherwise you skip. This was 12th question, no? 12th question, right? Then here 36% of India's districts are classified as overexploited. Data. Then Central Groundwater Authority is established under Environmental Protection Act. This is from your static. You should know this. And India has the largest area under groundwater irrigation in the world. Right? This is also correct. You should know that. Right? Around 25% of the total groundwater extracted is from India. Right? India extract more groundwater than US and China combined. Okay, this is the basic data which you should know. Rather than elimination, you could have solved this using this knowledge only, because 2 and 3 are correct. This is from the standard environment, and this is the data which you should know. Okay. Then again from the geography, jet stream occur in northern hemisphere only. Right. This is extreme statement. Okay. Again, what about this? Is it an extreme statement? Yes. It is a general statement. Just by saying the word only, don't consider it as the extreme statement. What they are saying? Only some cyclones develop an eye. Okay, so even if they eliminate the word extreme, nothing is going to change. That means it is not the extreme statement. No. So this is general statement. This is extreme statement. Right. So 1 is eliminated and 2 is correct. 3. The temperature inside the eye of the cyclone is nearly 10 degrees lesser than that of surrounding. Okay, so temperature inside is generally greater than being lesser. Okay, because of the low pressure. Again, ये knowledge basis का question होना चाहिए था. Then last, among the following tiger reserves, which one has the largest area under critical tiger reserve? Okay, which one is that? Yes. This is again a PYQ repeated. This has been asked previously also. Okay. Yes. So overall, I think we attempted around 88 questions. No, and how many questions we got incorrect? क्या? Incorrect? नहीं, ज़्यादा हो गए होंगे. How many questions we got incorrect? 8, no. So see, we attempted around 88 questions. Around 88 questions we attempted. Right, and logic fail wale I think 8 to 9 the maximum. Right, that. Then also you are getting very decent marks. ठीक है, 50-50 वाले कुछ थे, maximum are 80. ठीक है, thus this is how consistently you should apply the elimination technique. But if you see the paper, there are various questions where you need to have the basic knowledge. जैसे for example, with respect to national policy on biofuels, without having the basic understanding of the biofuels and oil seeds, you cannot apply the elimination technique with respect to the groundnut. Then with respect to here also, the question number 98, without having the knowledge of the static, right? This is the static knowledge, and this is also the basic knowledge. So without the knowledge of the basics, and for that, whenever you solve any of the PYQs, okay, because majority of the questions are going to be directly or indirectly related to the themes of the PYQ. So whenever you do the PYQs, make sure that you are covering that particular theme thoroughly. Okay, uske related. जैसे for example, the theme for this is, for this particular question, the theme is groundwater. Okay, so groundwater के related जितना भी आपके पास data है, you collect that properly, you read about it. Then you have Central Groundwater Authority. You read about its powers and functions. And last, you have this, the Environment Protection Act. You read about it properly. No? वैसे. So this is how you have to comprehensively cover the subjects. So now, simply जैसे 18-19 में we blindly applied the elimination techniques. We didn't even read the options. But now there won't be any blind application. Because there will be the application of elimination technique plus basic knowledge. Okay, and that's why, because in some of the questions you may lack the basic knowledge. No, so because of that, there will be the higher chances of the more questions getting wrong. Okay, so because I have the basic knowledge, I got only 8 questions incorrect. But as you lack the basic knowledge, you may get more questions incorrect. Okay, you may get approximately 18 to 19 questions incorrect. Okay, but still, if you want to clear prelims by getting 18-19 questions incorrect, you have to increase your attempt. Right? If you get 70, if you attempt 70 questions and got 18 incorrect, your score will be very less. But if you attempt 95 questions and got even 20 questions incorrect, your score will be higher. Right? So from now onwards, it's the game of higher the risk, higher the rewards. Okay, you take more risk, but maintain the consistency in application of the elimination technique. And third, consolidate your basic knowledge. That's it. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we'll be having the session on the 2021. So now as you have the basic idea with respect to the elimination technique, 3 paper ho gaya, right? So before coming to the session, you attempt the 2021 paper. Okay, and you sit for the session only for the validation. Whether your mindset was correct or whether you applied the similar elimination technique like I apply. Okay, so that is your validation, whether your mindset is correct or not. Okay. So before the 2021 session, it will be tomorrow, you attempt the paper of 2021. Okay. Okay. Sure. So we'll end the session here.